This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. That was me having a go at what I think is a fantastic solo, often overlooked, the solo played by Mick Jones from the Foreigner song Cold as Ice. I've got that on a compilation somewhere. I don't think I own any Foreigner albums, but it's on a compilation somewhere. And I wasn't even listening to that compilation. I had Spotify on and it got to the end of whatever album I was listening to. And you know how Spotify does that thing where it just kind of continues playing music that it thinks you will like based upon what it's learned about your listening habits are. Well, that was one of the songs that came up and I thought, I really should do an analysis of that solo, so that's what we're doing today. So that's what the solo sounds like, and here's what's going on in the solo.
Solo explanation.
Okay, let's take a look at what's going on, starting as always with what we're playing this solo over. I wrote the chord sequence out as I was putting the backing track together, and here are my very scribblings. You can see we've basically got a B major chord, which is held for a couple of bars. Then we go to a D sharp minor, which is also held for a couple of bars. Then back to the B major again for a bar, then G sharp minor, then F sharp, then an A sharp seventh, taking us back to the tonic chord of D sharp minor. We're in the key of D sharp minor here, and just one little kind of aside from that is you often hear people saying, oh, you just look at the first chord and that'll tell you what key you're in. Well, the first chord here is B major, but we're not in the key of B major, we're in the key of D sharp minor. Anyway, usually at this point, after we've looked at the chords, I start talking about which pentatonic scale or which mode is being used, but that's not really what this solo is about. We're talking here usually, or mostly, I should say in this case, about chord tones. If we take a look at the lick that's played over that B chord, if we look at the notes in a B chord, you've got B, D sharp, and F sharp, and then you can go up into the next octave, B, D sharp, F sharp, and then you can go up into the next octave for a B and a D sharp again. Each one of those notes is basically, it incorporates what we call a neighbour tone, which is the note one semitone below the chord note. So we start just with the B note, and then the D sharp is approached via the D. So you get, then the F sharp is approached by the F. Then the B is, this B here, the octave B, is approached via the A sharp. And then we carry that on, there's the D sharp, and approach via the D note. Then F sharp and F, then B and A sharp again. So that goes. And then, yeah, the D and the D sharp again there. And then we're on the D sharp minor chord at this point. We just play a little D sharp minor arpeggio. So all of that goes. Like that, and that's essentially the first half of the solo. Then there's a little kind of just kind of restating that arpeggio again, but using a bend and adding this C sharp note in here, which would be the minor seventh of that D sharp minor chord. So there we go. Then we play that ascending run again, pretty much the same. And by the time we reach this A sharp note here, we're on the F sharp chord for the just that little rundown. That's probably about the only scale part of the whole solo, and it's just coming down the D sharp natural minor scale. So there you go. Let's do that second half again. There we go. And then there's that, we then go to the A sharp 7 chord. And again, we're thinking about chord tones here and the note 1 semitone below the chord tones. And that A sharp 7th, the notes in that, well, it's just basically, we basically just outline an A sharp major chord. The notes in that are A sharp, D, and F. So we trill each one of those notes from a semitone below. So the A sharp is paired up with the A. There's the A sharp, there's the A, so there's the D, pair it with the C sharp, and then there's the F, pair it with the E. So, oops, there we go. My fingers got lost there a little bit. Now, there is a harmony part on that final part of the solo, and all we do is we go to the next chord tone above. So when the main guitar part is playing this A sharp with its semitone below trill, then the next note up the chord, that's the root, we go to the third, which is the D. So while one guitar is going, the next guitar is going like that, and then when the first guitar is doing that part, we go to the next note up in the chord, which is the fifth, the F, and trill that from a semitone below. And when this guitar, the main guitar, is playing that final trill there, we go up to the root again here on the A sharp, up at the 18th fret on the top E string, and trill that. So you got one guitar part going, and you got the other guitar part going like that, and the two things harmonise and create sort of an impression of the A sharp or A sharp 7 chord that we're playing over. So what can you learn from this solo then? Right, well, you know, playing chord tones is, I mean, I mention this quite a lot, don't I, you know, kind of targeting chord tones, but this guitar solo is almost entirely chord tones. But the important thing really is this kind of neighbour tone sort of thing. Just play your chord tone, and then whether or not it's part of the overall scale or key, you can use the note 1 semitone below it as a way of resolving into it. For instance, this F note here is massively a wrong note over a B chord. It's probably, if I play a B major chord and then tap an F note, you'll hear that it's, you can hear that's not a happy note there. But because it's being used as a note to kind of approach a note that is in the chord, it's 1 semitone below, just adds a little bit of tension and, you know, tension and release to the solo. So you got, as I say, whether or not that note 1 semitone below the chord tone is part of the overall key or not, it doesn't matter. You can use it as long as you use it as a way of resolving up to a note that is part of the chord you're playing over. And that is what's going on in this rather wonderful solo by Mick Jones from Foreigner's Cold as Ice. So now you know what's going on. Go away and have some fun with it. And as always, you'll find a full tab for that solo in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing it and a jam track for you to play along with for yourself, and that explanation you've just seen there. All of that is, as usual, up on my Patreon page. There's the address, and the link is in the description. $3 or £2.50 a month gets you access to all of these bits and pieces and extra resources that go along with these YouTube videos. A massive, massive thank you to everyone who supports me in that or any of the other ways, all of which are linked down below. And that's pretty much it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed what you've seen and found it useful and informative in some small way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like while you're at it? Don't forget, as always, the live stream every Friday, 5 PM UK time. We have a beer and talk about music and guitars. What a great way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.